Oh shit! Shoot! Can I say that? Can I say that?
It's your show. You can say whatever you want, man.
I guess you're right. Let me see how it is. I guess y'all right.
Is that you driving in a video?
Yeah, me driving, man. You know I do everything.
That's for it. You got skills, yo.
Ask me no silly question like that. You know good well that wouldn't
nice car, man.
That ain't nothing me. That wasn't me driving my car.
Man.
What's going on, man? I feel like a family reunion. We still gotta wait on Coach to get here. I feel like a family reunion going on, man. How y'all boys been doing? All smiling for my family. Man, don't start no shit today now. All right. Wow. New year, new season.
I always come in peace.
Ah, yes, you always come in peace.
I do.
What's been going on,
bro? Different story.
What's been going on down there, brother Colin? What's going on, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm at the parents' house for a little bit. Moved back for a month. Gonna be back in a new place in December. Yeah, things are going well. I'm excited.
Yeah, is that your room that you're in? That's a nice house, dog.
Yeah, this is my parents' house. So.
Hold on, let me try to change my angle.
Big mess outside of this window. There's crap everywhere.
I know all about that.
It looks really good right here. Outside of this, it looks something wild. So.
Yeah. What hold on 1 second, child. Brother Anson, what you got going on? What the hell you at anyway? That's my question.
In the UK.
So you still
in the UK, man.
How did summer be?
London, man.
How did summer be?
Hold on, let me open
or what we consider to be a summer.
Man. Hey, it's we had daylight savings time here yesterday. No, Sunday. Yeah, yesterday. So it's usually it's 6 hours difference between me and you. And I realized last second, I was like, hold on a second. They don't got daylight savings time. That's why I messaged you real quick. Like, yo, what? 5:15 CST, right? And I looked it up real quick, and I was like, oh shoot, y'all didn't have a fallback.
We got daylight savings time. We just don't.
Not right now.
We just don't have
what it is, to be honest.
We'll have it like it's next weekend or this weekend coming up.
Oh, yeah, for real?
Yeah, it's this weekend coming up. So I was like the first weekend in November.
You guys watch that Jake Paul fight?
What?
You guys watch that Jake Paul fight?
Of course I did.
The highlights. I didn't watch it that much.
It actually wasn't a bad fight. It actually wasn't a bad fight at all. It was actually like a real fight. I was.
He's actually legit. Yeah, he's not just anybody can fight that guy right now, yo.
But then
Yeah.
again, he did pick somebody that was 47 years old.
He
So
did.
until he picks somebody that's actually like, can fight and come on down, and
But does he really need to do that? Like,
financially,
if he fought Canelo and then lost, who cares, dog? I got to Canelo. And if he won, but I don't see how he could win though. But I'm just saying, like, it's the talks are happening. Like, he's in
He
the
just needs to fight
conversation.
big names. That's all he needs to fight.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You could fight the best boxer in the world, but if no one knows him, he doesn't help Jake Paul. But if you fight people that aren't great, but people think are better, like, that's how you make money. Like, that's where the money's at. It's because that's what people want to watch. Nobody care about these regular ass boxers.
You got a point. You got a strong point. You got a strong point. All right, before we get this thing going, because I do, you know what? Y'all know what we got to do. We got to talk to the faithfuls, because they already in here. Joe, what's going on, brother? Eco Jock, Melanie, Duckley, Motion Sickness as always, Satoshi as always, Fireheart as always. Jay Jordan, what's going on, brother? No, we not wearing costumes. I think we about grown that age of costumes, and better not be wearing no damn costumes, unless you're going to a costume party. Now that's different. But if you just coming on a show like this today, if any one of y'all had wore a costume, I was gonna roast the shit out of y'all.
I didn't even think about that, yo. I would have done it too.
Ooh, I would have roasted y'all. I'd have roasted y'all.
Alicio, shalom. This is the first year I didn't even realize this was Halloween, dog.
You know what? Me too.
And today, in the middle of the day, I was like, oh, it's Halloween today, yo. It's not.
The most throwed off Halloween is. Only Justin, what's going on? My boy, Rodney Dinkins. What it do, baby? All in the game. Back in here. Justin Brigada. Okay. Edward Mamanya. I probably butchered that, but that's what I do. Ayana. See, I like that. Just a straight up regulation, one word name. Ayana. I can deal with that. Logan White. Welcome to the show, baby. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. All right, y'all. Let's hop right into this thing like we usually do. Hanson. This is what I want to know. You got this new show thing, man. First of all, I'm gonna need you to stop being 50 Cent. All right. You ain't gotta come out with a show every damn season.
I know.
Power 1, Power 2, Power 3. Well, what's up with this new show you got, man? I like the graphics more than anything. Like when you sent it to me the first time I saw it, I was like, ooh, that shit dope. I like the graphics. So what's up with this new show? Tell me and them and us about that show that you're doing now, in case they ain't checked it yet.
Respect, yo. Well, me myself, I usually have a unique point of view on certain things or unique information or connections to certain situations. So sprint reviews is mainly for me to express that in my way when I do my rants. As you see, there's the rant type, and then there's also when I interview people with the questions I ask, because sprinters in general, we have a certain perspective of the sport. Even if we're talking about field events or any other or long distance events, like we have a certain way we view the sport. We have a certain vibe. We have certain interests, and a lot of the questions I ask are geared more towards that sensibility and coming to learn, as opposed to coming in already knowing. Because even though I know the sport, there's certain cultures within the sport that I don't totally identify with that I want to explore. So the first few episodes, I opened up with a rant that was just about what a professional track field athlete is, which I'm still confused about as a pundit. Mm-hmm. And then the second episode was interview with Trayvon Rommel, and the first few interviews were cool. I wanted to get the 3 fastest guys in the world so far this year. So the first one was Trayvon. I did. Races is coming out either later this week or early next week, and then I got Fred for our first 3 episodes. So that was cool. And then the rants are just random shit that comes to my mind. Like the next rant I got is going to be about this whole football debate and football disrespect that we be getting with these football players. coming into our territory talking shit. That's one you don't want to miss because I'm pretty passionate about that one.
Well, I mean, you're pretty passionate about a lot of stuff you do, sir.
I am. So basically, Sprinter Views is just my views and a Sprinter perspective on the overall sport. Yeah, it's just a platform for me to just totally own, my ideologies and learn also. You know what I'm saying? Just be open about the stuff that I don't know. I'm curious about.
Make sure y'all go and follow and make sure y'all support per usual as we always do. That's just what we do around here. You know what?
Respect,
but I want to get into something a little later on in the show about what all of us do. And I paid attention to it from last season, the season before that, and now. And I want to talk about mainly our guest. Okay, but we'll get into that later. My boy Colin. Now I know me and you talked, not too long ago. You had some stuff that you was telling me about, man, that some people you were talking to, whatever, yada, yada, yada. Are you able to allude to any of that information on what you was telling me about that dealing with right now in the off season with track? I can't even remember they.
Yeah.
Are you able to talk about that?
I'll tell you what I can talk about.
Okay.
So there's a organization, company, World League One. I'm sure some of you might be familiar with them from last year. They do a lot of 1v1 stuff, like who's the fastest man in the world, who's the best jumper, blah 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 blah, all that type of stuff. And they came out like last year or so, and it's a Mark Cuban company. So for those that don't know who he is, a billionaire, multi-billionaire that's trying to get involved in track and field. And so I've been communicating with them a little bit. Their goal is to kind of just really change up track and field, like completely. Can't talk about the specifics of how they want to do that. They're keeping that type of information confidential at the moment.
Of course.
But they're looking to essentially completely revolutionize the way that we watch sports, interact with athletes, and consume content. So having more think along the lines of how other professional sports are currently marketed and advertised, having something more along those lines, where I think we have a lot of content that is like informational. We have a ton of informational content. If you want to learn how to get faster, there are a million people that'll tell you how to do it, but there's not as many people that are looking to change the conversation on track and field. Like, for example, first takes is the thing. I know Ray, that's why Ray's takes comes from. There's not much commentary on the sport that, we get more discussions with. And so kind of just changing the conversation around track and field to make it more interesting, build up these athletes' personalities, and do it in an interesting way. They've got some pretty interesting ideas. And if you want to talk about someone that has money to do it, Mark Cuban's the person that owns the Dallas Mavericks. So if you want to talk
among
about
other things,
so if you want to talk about a person, he's on Shark Tank. He does a whole lot. So if you want to talk about someone that could single-handedly buy all of track and field 20 times over, it's this guy. And so there's some stuff in the works. I'm hoping to get things moved along and let y'all know what that's looking like. But whenever you have someone named Mark Cuban in the mix, like you can go as high as you want. So that's something I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. That's major. That's literally major. And that's one thing that we've always talked about. Like, the right person can see that track and field from a business standpoint is cheap as hell to get and is very profitable if you put the money behind it. It's the only amount of time for somebody with some money to realize they're like, wait a minute. Oh, I'm gonna buy that. So hopefully that works out, because I can tell you like this, out of everybody we've ever dealt with, because we had the people come on the scene last year, not talking bad about them, but we've had so many people that come and try and do something for track and field. The problem is they have great ideas and, great teams, but never had the money behind it. Somebody like Mark Cuban has conversation closed.
Mark Cuban to get an idea of like people are like, oh no, you don't want to mess with these track people, the track Illuminati that Ray likes to say. Mark Cuban went up against the pharmaceutical industry.
This is correct.
If you went up against the actual Illuminati people. So you talk about someone that don't care at all about them, those that shall not be named. It's that guy. So it's like that's an organization that it's like, man, I'll go up against the actual people that can mess up actual lives.
Exactly.
So
track Illuminati, I say it like this here. I don't know Mark Cuban, all right? I know some people in his circle. Great friends of mine, actually. Clyde Warren Park. If you're familiar with Clyde Warren Park. Clyde Warren's actually it's always fun I tell this story. Clyde Warren is actually a freshman in college right now. All right. He's no war hero. He's no super person, but he has the Central Park in Dallas. It's because his dad is Chelsea. Why get all that? But anyway, his dad is multi-billionaire. So I'm real close to that family. So I know how they operate. When it gets to talking about that type of stuff, and you want to say track Illuminati, the amount of money that they spend in their taxes for write-offs will buy off the track Illuminati. So Mark Cuban is a good person to have in there. He is a great person. All right, let's move along to the track shit stuff though. Colin, I found out via you. All right, I found out via Track World News that it wasn't my phone going off. I found out via Track World News that COVID has shown its face again, and now the World Relays has been canceled. Colin, is that correct?
Yep. So the indoor world championship that was supposed to be held in China got canceled, and the outdoor world relays that was also supposed to be hosted in China was also canceled. So they just announced that one this morning, and the indoor world championships that was announced probably about a month ago or so. So yeah, it's not going on, and the reasoning is because China's COVID policies are very, very different from the ones that I'm sure most of the people watching experience. For many of the people watching here, if you're in the US, maybe some places in Europe, I'm sure it's life is kind of similar to what it's like before COVID, with some exceptions. In China, they have a zero contraction policy or whatever it is, where it's shut down as if it's March 2020. So like they don't play with COVID over there, and so it's tough.
Well, they was in masks and stuff like that before COVID even hit. So it would make sense why they are still on that same type of level. This is my question though, and this is my question to both of y'all. Who dropped the ball on this? Or is it just luck of the draw like
China?
So you think China did?
You know what? This is I don't understand why we're just finding out about these cancellations this year. Was this not spoken about earlier? Like these meets are planned. I'm assuming. Well, I do know for at least a couple years. So coming in something like this, even when COVID hit, like, I don't know, wouldn't you think about whether or not you're still going to have it in these same locations? And really, I don't know all the ins and outs of organizing a meet, but I know indoors, to me, I don't feel like it would be that big of a problem to relocate if you have at least a year's notice. But that's not happening. So, people don't really care about indoors right now. So I don't think it was that big of a priority.
So you don't think
they might have known it was canceled for a while.
Yeah.
I think it can matter, but it doesn't matter. But I just feel like the culture is based on the fact that, well, indoors is secondary to outdoors, so whatever happens. But you can make something out of indoors if you really want it to. You make something out of anything, but they haven't.
When it comes to like the move. So like something that I see a lot from people, like in the comments of the post I had and comments here, like, why don't you just move it to another place? And like, so being in, like, I work in the sports industry, like for my regular job, like in pro sports, that we deal with event planning. And, you know, I've talked to people that they put on the All-Star game, and, you know, teams that put on the Super Bowl, and teams that put on, you know, things like that. It's like massive events. And it's like, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. And these countries spend a ton of money for infrastructure, insurance, travel, staffing, cameras, making sure that there's hotels, all that type of stuff. There's like, it's more than just like just move it to where it was. Like, these countries, like, they put in a crap ton of money. Now, yes, I think they knew that they were going to be in this situation for years. Like, their policies haven't changed since COVID hit in like 2020. So it's like, you should probably know, hey, it doesn't look like it's trending in the right direction. You should at least have a plan B. You know, back in 2020, we should have had a plan B for everything. But I bet you they probably saw that the Olympics went off in 2021. Maybe we have a chance of doing it. And then by then it's just too close. That's just from something that I realized, like, it's a little bit more difficult to just up and move it than many people kind of think.
So you don't think the World Relays will get moved to like?
Oh, it did 2025.
Yeah,
No. I mean, like this year, like, and so it's officially like not gonna happen, not going nowhere else. It's over with. There is no World Relays. None of that's happened this year, is what you're saying.
See, I'm thinking the exact same way as you, because
okay.
I mean, all those events that you named off, Colin, I can understand why they would be difficult to move because they're very big events.
But here's my question then.
But I wouldn't compare World Relays or World Indoors to
so
the
how
magnitude of those events.
This year we got a World Championship year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how are they going to determine the bids to get into Worlds for your relay teams now? Wouldn't that cause a controversial issue now if there's no World Relays? How do you determine who? What do we do? Like,
is it from the World Championships? I thought it was from.
You gotta just do it.
It's from what you had at the Worlds last year. So like, whoever what you did this year qualifies you for next year.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is, what's the purpose of having the World Relays then? I guess my other question then. Because I thought you had to go through the world. I thought you got to go through the World Relays in order to even get to, you know what I'm saying, to qualify for the World Championship or the Olympic Games. I thought that was a requirement.
I love the World Relays. All right, well, but because I love track.
Mm-hmm.
But did we really need it?
No, not whatsoever ever.
No,
but
I don't think we did.
I'm just doing my job. Just asking the stupid questions. Just doing my job.
No, it's not a stupid question though. It's not a stupid question though. But it's like, I'm always confused about why a sport that's lacking money would put so much money into an event that doesn't mean nothing. Well, why is that money there? I'm confused. I love the relays, but
I don't love them enough to have a World Relays. I love them enough for 10, but I don't love them enough for they have their own damn thing. I'm be honest with y'all. I've never watched the World Relays. I've never watched one. Yeah. I've never kept up with the World Relays. I've not cared too about the World Relays. So when they canceled indoor, I was like, damn, that's gonna be all right. World Relays, well, shit, good. Nobody care about that thing, no way. I mean, respectfully. you know what I'm saying?
World Relays is G League basketball. That's what it is.
That's messed up. I wasn't gonna take it that far.
It's true. World Relays is G League basketball, AAA baseball, Canadian
That's very disrespectful.
Football.
That's
you
not
didn't
what I
even
meant,
say minor league. You went straight G League, bro.
For the viewers,
let me tell
just
you
a
why.
little disclaimer here. Little disclaimer. When I said it wasn't with this disrespect. I wasn't going the G League route. I was simply saying the event is unnecessary. But the G League stuff, that's Colin.
Look at it. Look at who goes to who competes at the World Relays.
Shoot, I seen Gatlin there. I seen Johan there. I seen both go there.
Okay. Yeah, they've showed up there. I'm talking every single year. Yeah, who's there every single time, all the time? It's the people that are the next, like the tier below. It's tier below people. It's B tiered athletes. It's fine. It's G League NBA. It's just not as now. This is the thing. The thing with G League is still important. Like you need G League basketball because many of
You
those
do,
people
because that's where you
are
pull them
going
from.
to eventually be
Mhm.
NBA stars. They're eventually
You
going to
do
be
need G League basketball.
so you need it, but it's just not as important as the NBA. Just like how World Relays, it's an okay event. It's
You need G
not
League
that.
basketball.
Okay event, but it's not like this ain't the event.
But I wouldn't relate it to G League basketball.
Then what
we
would you
need
relate
G
it
League
to?
basketball, but
Then what's the
I would relate it to like it's like an overhyped warm up meet. Because I mean you have it
an
early in the
overhyped
year.
warm up meet. Wait a minute, you're saying my thing was bad? Saying it's G
No,
League
but
basketball,
no, I'm saying no.
you're calling it
I'm talking about the importance, like how people prioritize it. Like some of the stars will show up, but they don't really care about it. But it's still like, hey, cool event. They have it in cool places. They have it in Bahamas. They have it. I didn't know they were gonna have it in China this year, but usually they have it in some places that people want to go.
So what's worse, being in a G League or going to a warm up track?
Being in the G League, definitely.
Yes. He's like, oh, that was crazy. He's
No,
G League. He called the athletes G League
sir.
athletes. That's crazy.
At least if I'm in the G
That's
League
crazy.
as a league, you just said warm up track meet. When
but the stars go.
They go, but like the stars go
it's like
to help.
It's like preseason basketball. It's like preseason basketball.
No. Preseason would be if you had your actual full relay there. No team has ever took their actual real relay there.
Canada did.
That's because y'all ain't got butt post sprinters.
I'm saying it might be the recipe because I don't know if you guys remember, but just at this year's World Championships,
I got a question
Team
for
Canada.
you guys.
Team Canada won the gold medal in the 1 second call. Team Canada won the gold medal in the 4x100. If you guys didn't know, I was just letting you know, Team Canada. So maybe there's something there. So it's definitely not G League from that respect because the World Championships went. The World Champions went. So
who won? When was the last World Relays?
Shit, I don't ask me. I don't keep up with them.
2019.
All right, 2019. All right, cool. Who won the 4x1 for the men and the women in 2019 World
USA.
Relay?
Men USA in the 4x1. I'm a 4x1, right?
Yeah, I'm saying. Let me take a look.
Yeah, the men won. We dropped the stick.
Relay,
The men won, and then I have no idea what happened on the women's side. No idea.
Instantly leave the
Who is
relay. It's just like it's true. People just don't like it's the way track and field is built.
Pick up the one named Trayvon Bromell. Yo, red shit. I just have to. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. We got it. We're talking about World Relays. How am I not going to talk about the gold medalists? This is what it is.
The way that
Alicia Newman said G League has more money.
Oh, no. Wait,
it's true.
Wait. Oh, that's the Heat.
Very true.
I'm trying to find the finals for this thing. It's so dang hard to find.
That's what I'm telling you. Like, you see, I'm quiet. Like, if y'all gonna talk World Relays, I can't say nothing.
Wait a minute. You were wrong.
Trayvon, respectfully.
You were wrong.
Respectfully.
I heard you were wrong. Wrong about what? What was you wrong about?
Who won the World Relays in the men's 4x1?
Who?
Brazil. Brazil won.
In 2019?
2019, Brazil won a 38.05. Beat United States with 38.07. So you want to know how I know? Ain't nobody cares? Because ain't nobody knew. No one in the comments corrected you. Especially this who was motion sickness who's been trying to talk trash. Oh, Colin's talking trash on World Relays. He ain't even correct you. So ain't nobody here knew.
It's true.
Okay.
All I know is we were supposed to win
the World Relays. When don't nobody know who won nothing and everybody got different answers. That lets you know the real relays is
who won the World Championship in 2019 in the 4x1? 3, 2, 1. USA. We all know.
Okay, but it's preseason. That's what I'm trying to say. Hey,
Who's up?
You don't even know what G League games are happening. At least we know World Relays is happening. You're very disrespectful. You're very, very disrespectful.
I mean, in reality, both of y'all being very disrespectful right now. If you just want to put it out there, like ain't there one of y'all respecting the World Relays. I'm the only one being respectful because I'm being quiet.
It's not a A-tier relay. Like it's not an A-tier meet. There can only be one. It's the World Championships. That's the best meet of the year. So it's like
So basically, what both y'all are saying is scratch it all together. Don't even bring it back. Even after COVID, leave it out of here.
Hey, no, hey. Personally,
That's
I
what
don't.
y'all kind of saying. Both of y'all kind of saying save the money. It's a waste of time.
I'm not losing sleep over those events. No, World Indoors I wanted to see. No, let me say that back. World Indoors I wanted to see because I feel like it would have been good to see Marcel show up and for, you know, the World Championship medalists in the 100 to get another crack at him.
So how y'all feel about that? Like indoors, I got my take on it, but how do y'all feel about? I'm gonna ask this question: will indoors affect two things? Will it affect track and field this year because we won't have it? Will it affect athletes?
I mean, it won't affect the athletes that are supposed to win. Like all the good athletes are going to be fine. Trayvon Bromell is going to be fine. Marvin Bracey is going to be fine. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price is going to be fine. All these athletes are going to be fine. It will affect the athletes that are like in the beginning of their professional career, because that's when those are the people that compete in World Indoors. Like most of the World Indoors people are not college athletes. They're doing NCAAs. Many of them are like the first through like 3-year pros. Like it's those people. So I think it'll
G League members.
Sure. Yeah. Why not? No, because Trevor
You're
Bassett.
very disrespectful. You're on a roll today.
Bassett competed in World Indoors, came in second, and then he competes in World Outdoors and he gets third. So it's like, look, it's important. It's an important step for many people to do.
I said
G League.